Hey, today's going to be so good. I am so excited. Um, you're in for such a treat today. Um, this is such a good one. I love this training so much. So I'm really glad you're here. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR. We are an award-winning PR and social media marketing agency. And I just ran outside with the dog, so I'm like out of breath. Wanted to be here on time, but we are, running an agency full time, and I teach others how to run a profitable agency on their terms. So we have been supporting the PR community for about probably 4 or 5 years or so with our programs geared towards helping them master the art of the pitch, becoming a pitching powerhouse, and then the Agency Accelerator, which is our signature program that helps PR entrepreneurs to launch, grow, and scale a profitable PR agency. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I am going to drop in the comments here a link to our PR agency master plan, action plan, sorry. Never can get that right. PR agency action plan. And essentially what this is a framework that I'm going to teach you today. And it goes a little more in depth, and it gives you a PDF that shows how everything I'm going to talk to you about today works together, so that you can be strategic and intentional about the way you're building your business so that you can run an agency. I've been doing it for 17 years. I still love my business. And you can run an agency that doesn't run you. And I've chosen my specific niches, and we continue to land premium clients in our, very pared down niches. We're known in those spaces. For us, it's baby and kids, beauty and cosmetics. And we have just secured 3 new clients. And I tell you that to encourage you and let you know. And several people on here, I see Allie and Yee. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. And Nelson. And I know several of these agency owners are also landing top tier clients for premium retainers. And that's happening right now. Okay. My husband is calling me. We have a little sidebar going on something that's a pipe dream of mine. We'll see. We'll see what he says. But anyway, so today's topic, I have been instructed by my team because I love this so much. I could just go on and on. But I'm going to just give you the basics. Thanks, Gail. You guys, I love seeing all of you every single week. It's a lot of the same people every single week. And that means so much to me that you guys, and it's also people who are enrolled in our programs, they're investing in themselves and their continued education, and they show up here, and it's better than talking to my cat who's here trying to eat the dog food or just looking at myself in the computer. So thank you for being here. And we're going to jump in. I mean, this is just my favorite topic. So there is this download. I put it in the comments. I'm going to put that right now. Don't grab it yet, or don't navigate away from me. But when you are ready, grab that, and you will see an in-depth action plan training. It's like about an hour or so. And then the 12 steps. And we need to, and the PDF that's got the visual, because that really, to me, made everything click that I'm going to teach you about how to grow and scale a profitable agency. It's that visual for me. Okay. So this is how our Agency Accelerator content is structured. And everything that we provide to you inside that program is based on this framework. So we're going to talk today about these 12 steps that you need to take, that you need to be planning for strategically to build a successful PR agency. And this is how I did it. I didn't know this when I started, but I looked back in retrospect and said, okay, that is how I was able to land those billion dollar clients. And that was how I was able to jump to premium clients. That was how I was able to triple our revenue in a year. So we looked at it as a whole and said, this is how it all fits together. This was not easy to develop, but it's my signature framework. It's called the path to profitability, and that's what I'm teaching you inside of this PR agency master or action plan. So I just linked it out there. But the first step, and I've had people go through the program and say, it's not working for me. It's not working for me. And I said, I looked at your progress and you skipped all of the content right at the beginning, which is mindset. Yeah. So there's a reason it's first. Hold on. I have to tell my husband, chill, because he is like, okay, on Facebook Live. Talk soon. Okay. I got excited about something and then I brought it up to him and he was like, no, we can't do that. And then all of a sudden today, he's like, maybe we could do that. So it's interesting because I'm a little more the risk taker and he's a little bit more conservative. We really balance each other out. But I think he's starting to see, I take good risks, like very calculated strategic risks, and convincing him to quit his job. You know, he was like, I don't know if I can. What if I don't know how to bring in new clients? I'm like, you'll be fine. You'll figure it out. And he did it and he's loving it. And I think he's a little more open to my big, hairy, scary ideas. And so he is actually kind of pursuing this one, which is very interesting. And if it happens, I'll let you guys know. So the very first step, mindset, so many people are like, I don't need that. The women, the people inside our programs that have the most success are constantly going back to this mindset piece, because as the agency grows, as you're reaching new levels, there's a lot of stuff that creeps in, right? Like, am I qualified to be doing this? It's that imposter syndrome. So we start here so that you can start to say goodbye to that freelancer mentality for good and say hello to stepping into your role as an agency owner, as a CEO. This is the very first step to growing a profitable PR agency. It's gaining this clarity and cultivating a success mindset. And speaking of clarity, I was just listening to a podcast with Amy Porterfield. She is a marketing expert, online marketing expert. And I was on her podcast teaching PR a couple of years back. She's interviewing Brendan Burchard, who is like one of the world's leading authorities in self-help and high performance. And he was talking about the very first high performance habit of all leaders. And he said clarity was one of the most important things, that they have clarity when they step into any meeting, any new endeavor. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so interesting, because that's why we start at mindset, to give you clarity. And there are things that you're going to need to address and confront in your business in order to achieve real success. So we start here with mindset. And I've worked with some of the best, like personal and in masterminds I've been a part of, the best mindset coaches. And I had some clarity around this, and I share it with members of our program. We start here, and so many have told me this is the best content, and they go back to it over and over again, which is really exciting for me. So the first step is mindset. Get your head right. You need clarity. Second step, and I probably say this on every podcast and probably every Facebook Live, is you have to nail your niche. So niching down is probably the most important foundational step you can take in growing a business that you'll love, in commanding higher rates, loving the work you do long term. So honing in on a niche can feel a little overwhelming and also feel scary, because you seem like you're limiting your opportunities for revenue, but it's actually the opposite. You are going to be seen as an industry expert. It will result in increased referrals. I swear to you, I promise you, and your ideal clients will come to you. The 2 beauty brands we just landed for 5-figure monthly retainers And one of my team just messaged me and said she got the press box from our new client and that it's so cute and she's so excited, and they were generous, and we still get excited to get, sample our clients' products. So mine's coming today. I'm so excited. 17 years later, I still love the beauty industry. So pick something you love. But this is the way to attract clients like a magnet. And anyone in our programs, on our Agency Accelerator Plus coaching calls, that is like, I'm running around, my hair's on fire. When we look, it's usually because they are not niched down. They're doing too many things and they're supporting too many types of businesses. Okay, so we go into the process for how you can nail your niche. That is step 2. Number 3, know your numbers. You cannot possibly have a profitable agency if you don't know your numbers inside and out. You just can't. So even if numbers scare you, and that's kind of like me, Natasha's like, I feel attacked. LOL. Just kidding. It's so true though. I sort of was thinking about you, Natasha. You happen to be excellent at so many things, but I think in this new phase of your business, when you're working towards niching down to like really scale, I think you're going to be really glad that you did. And you're going to be able to translate your skills to the kinds of businesses that are going to pay premium retainers. So I'm very excited for you. Hi, Elaine. It's going down. Yeah, it is down. It's going down. Yeah, Elaine, I know you have been talking to our team. I'm excited to support you. This is one of the biggest ones. So that's why it comes up front, because so many of the decisions you make as you grow your business will be based on that one. Hi. So 3 is know your numbers. And I don't love numbers. My husband is like a total spreadsheet guy. He'll be like, can you look at this and tell me if it's right? And my brain goes, blah! And I'll say, just give it to me straight and tell me the basics. But I do know my numbers inside of my business. I know what it costs for us to execute excellent service. I know what I have to charge to be profitable. And I also know how to maximize profit. And that's what we dive into inside this know your numbers piece. You have to get a handle on these specific financial pieces of the puzzle in order to set goals that you can exceed, or goals that will push you. Let me put it that way. I don't want you to set little like 10% increase from last year. Who cares? That's nothing. Like, I want you to set a huge high bar goal, and I don't care if you meet that goal. I don't care. But meeting a 10% goal and being like, yay, I met my goal, is not going to push you like setting a revenue goal to double your previous year's revenue and pushing yourself towards that and getting to new heights and being proud of yourself. It doesn't matter if you meet your goal at all. It's just a target we aim for so that we can get better at putting it all in. And the aim that you're going to take, you're going to be, straight, like shooting bigger is what I want for you. And Serena's saying definitely need help on those numbers. I'm not a numbers gal at all. And I am not either, but I can tell you inside my business, all my profit, where there's, room to grow, how much I need to be charging clients. And we are not teaching you like you figure out your expenses and then you add 20%. No, if you do that, you are leaving so much money on the table. I am here to teach you maximum profitability. So that's my goal in my business. And I may not love a spreadsheet, but I do love revenue and profit. So that's what I'm really good at. So that's 3, know your numbers. So that's the first pillar in my framework. It's called strategy, and I had to picture it. It's a circle. You'll see when you download that PDF, but it's mindset, nail your niche, know your numbers. That's your strategy pillar. It's figuring out those pieces of the puzzle. Number 4, and now we're moving into the sales quadrant of the Path to Profitability framework, prosperous pipeline. So in order to build a profitable agency of your dreams, one that lights you up, or you're working with clients that you believe in, you need to be able to have a consistent pipeline of prospective clients that you can tap into whenever you want to increase your client roster. So you have clients at various stages. You have clients at various stages of the biz dev process, and you know that if something happens, it's not catastrophic. If a client leaves, no big deal. You know, it doesn't ever feel great unless it's you firing the client, in which case it feels amazing and you feel like 100-pound weight's been lifted off your shoulders. But if anything happens in your business and you're like, eesh, we lost a client, you have a strategy to go back to. You have clients in the pipeline, and you know how to generate new business in your company and grab the best clients for you. You don't ever want to be in a position where you're scrambling for work, you're desperate, you're going to take whatever comes your way. And, you know, when you lose that one client, it's just a devastating thing for your business. But you also don't want to work with clients that are not a good fit. So this is where we hone into the strategies. Very simple. The best places to look for clients, the relationships to leverage, how to, you know, get them into your new business pipeline at all stages, so that when or if a client leaves, you're just like, that's fine. I can just go back to the drawing board. The other thing too is just keep in mind this entire framework. It's a 4-part framework: strategy, sales, service, scale, is based on my goal for you to have consistent, predictable, recurring retainer revenue. Because it sucks when you don't have a predictable income every month. You know, it definitely may fluctuate, but I want you to have a good understanding and foundation of, you know, you have to pay your bills. Are you going to be able to pay your team, pay your bills, you know, so that there's not this big, oh crap moment if a big client bails, and you know how to get better clients back in the door. So keep that in mind. Consistent, predictable, recurring retainer revenue. It is possible. Our revenue is way back up to pre-pandemic times right now. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. I told my husband, okay, we landed this one. And just this morning, I got a signed contract for the client that sent the samples. And my husband's like, what's your revenue? And I tell him, and he goes, now we're talking. So, you know, we're on the upswing in our industry, but also I knew when we lost some clients that I could put out some feelers, and we landed 3 new clients plus an old one came back, which to me is like, yes, I knew it. When that happens, it's the best. Natasha says, I've revisited the first bundle a few times, and I've been in the program for a few years. To be honest, I go back often to refer to items. It's so helpful. I hear that so much. I'm so glad to hear that, Natasha. I agree that it's really helpful. I go through the content myself. I'm like, oh yeah. And we look and see, you know, what we have, and try to remind ourselves of those important lessons. But our members so our agency accelerator, it's like a resource you own. It's not like a course where you go through it and you're like, check, gold star, I did it, I finished. You go back to it and you reference, oh yeah, I have a client sales call. Let me go back to that content and see what's happening there. That's this content here, promising prospects. That's number 5 after prosperous pipeline. I know us PR pros, we love alliteration. So once you've tapped into your pipeline of your dream clients, you need to know how to seal the deal and turn that prospect into a paying client. And you have to learn how to vet your clients so that you don't ignore those red flags. It always comes down to something on that sales call. If you have a nightmare client, something happened on that call that you ignored, or something happened in your research that you chose to ignore. And that's okay. We have all done it. There's reasons why we say yes to things that may not be a perfect fit, but there's always red flags. We teach you all of them to look for. This is from 17 years of discovery calls with all kinds of clients. There's always something there that you chose to ignore. And you can choose to ignore it. That's fine, but you have to really know what you're getting yourself into. But when you know how to convert these ideal clients with these strategies, you can vet them, you can save yourself time, you can establish their budget on that call, establish what they tell you their budget is, which is what just happened with this new skincare client. I wasn't sure. I thought they might have a pretty juicy budget, but I wanted to hear it from her. And we were able to come in at a rate that was very favorable to us and very well within their budget that she could get approved with no friction or problems and really no oversight, which is going to be nice. She's just like, here's the contract, sending you samples, let's go. So we'll see. But ask, when we talk about the things you should ask, the things that you should pay attention to, this is your promising prospects content. That's number 5. 6, powerful proposals. So after you've met with your prospective client, you need to know how to build out a detailed proposal that addresses their questions and all of the things that are on their mind, what they're looking for, kind of positioning it in a way, not giving away strategy. You're not giving away too much. This is like a capabilities deck on steroids, let's say. Like our capes deck is chef's kiss, and we share it and we show you what we put in and what we don't. So this is a really great opportunity to connect with your clients and show your expertise, show your professionalism. Ricky, I think I need all of this. Yeah, this is how you run a successful agency. Well, I mean, there's other ways to do it too, but like, why, reinvent the wheel when somebody's like, this is how I did it. Follow these steps. You can implement what you need when you need it, which is why I developed it as a resource. That's always getting better. Please save me the mistakes. Oh my God. Yeah, it's all of that, like trial and error, all of those, like, why did I do this? I knew it. I just talked myself out of it. And the community helps you to say, run. Every time it's like, and we'll get all those emojis of the red flags, red flag, red flag. And we know you are going to talk yourself out of it and you're going to be sorry. So we cover all of that. And with these proposals, I don't want you giving away strategy. I want you showcasing your results, and that gives the client the idea of what you're going to provide to them. And that is why we niche down. That is why we also go through like case study content. I'm just checking because my dog is right under my feet. I don't want to step on her. So covering all of that. And we have talked at length about not giving away strategy. I don't want you to give away your strategy, and you don't have to. If you structure your proposals the way that I'm sharing, you will close more deals, and you will, now I have a whole team working on this. I found a house that I love in a place that I want to retire. And I have my team like looking, we would have to rent it out for like years and years and years, but I wanted to find out what that would look like. And if it was, anyway, so we'll see. I just am shocked. My husband's like, let me look into it. You never know. Anyway, okay, that is pillar 2, which is sales. So it's your prosperous pipeline, promising prospects, and your powerful proposals. This is where your proposals, you can kind of parrot back to the client. You're taking notes on your calls and you're parroting back their concerns, their challenges, what they're looking to accomplish, their goals and objectives. And they're like, wow, this, really speaks to me. And it's like, well, because these are your literal exact words. I just wrote them down. And they feel seen and heard, and like you really understand the issues that you are here to solve. Okay. So those 3 pieces of the puzzle all support that sales pillar. And then service. Okay. Service pillar is, so now that you have your strategy in place and you've got your clients in the door, the best clients are the ones that have already worked with you. So instead of having a 6-month contract and getting on that hamster wheel where they have 6 months and they leave, and you're constantly in biz dev mode, keep your clients in the door and you have a foundation that you can build on. And that's always my goal. And part of the vetting process for me is like, if a client, I just had a call where they're like, we just want a 3-month project. And I wrote back and I said, we don't do that. Our clients with the most success are in it for the long term. And if you're here for a little 3-month shot in the arm, first of all, it's not going to work. And second, we're not the right fit for you. So that's part of the vetting too, is that you do not want to just, you'll set yourself up for failure, all of that stuff. We talk about all of that in detail, but you want to keep your existing clients really happy. And that's where the service pillar comes in. So the first step is like your onboarding and your kickoffs. You want to kick off on the right foot with every single new client, so that they feel like they just made the best decision ever in hiring your business. You make them look so good. You make them look great to their team. And this all starts with a really seamless onboarding experience. Nelson is reiterating, no one in this group should ever do a 3-month contract. It's not going to work for you. Just don't. Okay. You'll be setting everyone up for failure. It's not a good thing. So then, okay, you have a seamless process to onboard your clients. You really deliver this service impeccably, right? And this is the entire kind of whole retainer period. You give them a sense of what to expect and when, so that, okay, the foundation here is that client dissatisfaction is always stemming from expectations not aligning with what is realistic. So this kickoff process, and even in the sales process, we set expectations. What's going to happen when, what's realistic, so that they are on board with what is going to happen or likely to happen. And it's the best way to make sure that your clients have a good first impression. They're going to remain happy, satisfied, which means that they'll continue to work with you long term because you're delivering what they're expecting. Okay. So that's simple, but I mean, my God, the difference this makes. So that's onboarding and kickoffs. The second part of the service pillar is deliver and dazzle. So you onboard your new client, you dig into the nitty gritty, you put together an amazing strategy. We share all of these approaches in our program. So you provide incredible service, set expectations, and follow through on them, and you start to generate results for them. And then 9 in this pillar, which is service, is retain and maintain. So it's not just about constantly bringing in new clients in your agency. You don't want to have this revolving door. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you look good. And you want to keep your clients happy. So it's a huge piece of building this profitable agency. This is where we deliver results to them in a way that really shows ROI. This is where we establish KPIs with them, and we're delivering results that work towards those KPIs. Not every client goal is exactly the same. So you have to establish those goals, and what does success look like? How do you dazzle them if you don't understand what they view as success? And a lot of times, my members of my community are like, I'm crushing it right now. And the client will say, we're not happy. And you're going, what? This is like amazing what I've done for you. How are you not? And it's because those expectations are not aligned, or their goals and objectives are not being met by the kinds of results you're getting for them. Okay. So retaining your clients, maintaining great results and relationships, we cover that in the service pillar, so that you are not constantly in biz dev mode, trying to generate leads and being here to just have a one and done. To me, if a client moves on because they're, not happy, we view that as not successful, and we troubleshoot what happened, what went wrong. We also get on calls with prospective clients and always ask them what went wrong. So I asked this call with a 3-month contract, 3-month project. When they launched last year, they were working with a well-respected agency. I asked them, they told me the name, and I'm like, something tells me it's not the agency, it's the client. And they were like, well, after we stopped working with them, then the results started to come in. I was like, yeah, because you only gave them 3 months. Of course. And that was that agency's mistake, taking on a 3-month contract. and not telling them 3 months is not really going to get a lot done. So they were like, well, yeah, like results started coming after the fact. No kidding, right? So, I try to get those expectations, figure out what happened. Clients will tell you, I work with this agency. They were not communicating with us. We never really heard from them. We never sent out samples. We'll tell them, you know what, we may not send out samples either because things have changed. Things have changed, and beauty editors working in living in a 20-floor walk up don't want to carry packages that are unsolicited, and they're making placements for us just on the fact that you have an affiliate program and the fact that you have great images and your product is interesting, or you had a new launch this month. So maybe the sample sends are not the thing that you should be measuring success against. This is our new client. A different new client is like, why haven't we sent out samples? And we're like, time out. It's been 20 days since we started. We entered you for a very prestigious award. And by the way, the application we crushed it. And we followed up on all your open pitches that you had before us. And we did an introductory pitch and we wrote your strategy. So sample sends? No, we had to set them straight. This is not, and like we will get them back in line. If they are not going to be realistic, they have to go. Because my team is like, pulling out their hair, and I can't have that. They have to be happy. Okay, so that is the third pillar, service. I usually have it up here and I'm looking, but you have to download it and get the video and grab it there. Adrienne said, yep, always hits after 3 months, and you're still stuck handling them when you're not working with them anymore, right? It's so annoying. You're like, I guess I'm basically still, because we want those results to come to fruition too, because they represent our, work product and our case studies and stuff. So annoying. That's why we will not take, and like Nelson said, we will not take a 3-month contract. No, that's them being cheap and not understanding how PR works, and you need to set them straight. Okay, the fourth pillar is scale. I'm like, scale. Let's pump this puppy up. This is where you leverage your results. So you start to generate press features for clients. You feel awesome about it. You're accomplishing really great things in your business. This is where you take those results and you leverage. And we had a call yesterday for one of our programs, and one of our members, Eva, I said, share a win. And she said, I have generated interest in a client that I was struggling with, and now there's a lot of great irons in the fire. And for me, the excitement is that it means I get to leverage those results, and my agency is going to double. Our rates are going to double, and we're going to be able to land more clients because we have these results. And this is exactly the right approach for that. If you want to attract bigger clients, you have to use what you've done as a magnet to say, I could do this for you too. Look what I've done. Look at my relationships. Look at the kinds of features we get. So this is where you are leveraging your results in a bunch of different ways. Okay, we give you all of these leveraging strategies and ways to present your results that are just like gorgeous and impressive, and you share them with the client and they're like, wow, this looks really good. All of these things where you are addressing their KPIs, and then you take those results you get and you're putting them out into the world, like, look what we can do. And that's where you command higher retainers, and the more money a client pays, the better they treat you. The more that they pay, the less that they bother you. It just is that way. I promise you, and if you have not experienced this, get ready, because it is a true fact. I don't know if it's a true fact, but for me it is, and so many members of our programs, when you discount your services and you make exceptions and you take clients on at a low rate, your lowest paying clients will be your biggest pain in the butt. Always, 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 always. Orky's saying, so true. So you want to use the results you get, leverage them to bring bigger, better, badder clients into your business. So that's leverage your results. And then you've got to build your dream team. this also goes back to you knowing your numbers. You have to know what it's going to cost you to execute these services. So part of being an agency owner, and a successful one at that, is building a team, the right team. You need to hire people to support you. Make sure that you get to focus on what's going to be the most impactful use of your time, more so than the day-to-day execution of services. And truth, hi Daria. Guys, if this is resonating, so Facebook, give me some hearts, likes, thumbs up, because Facebook likes that crap, and we want people to see this. We want people to get excited about the feeling of having, thank you, a proven framework. That this has not just worked for me. This has worked for, we've had hundreds of people that have gone through our program and implemented this and had success that looks like their own way, that they're feeling successful. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. I got to ask, if you don't ask, you don't get. So building your dream team, and we have ways that we're sharing. We have job description. I mean, all of the things to just be like, template, copy paste. This is my dream team, who is Miranda, my integrator, and all of her amazing, incredible team. Whenever we have an idea of a resource that can make our members' lives easier, we create it. And usually it's Miranda comes up with the idea. Hey, you know what? People have been asking for an independent contractor agreement. Do we have one? Why, yes, we do. We will give you a template and you can just use that. Or if you need to put up a job description, we'll give you some basics, fundamentals, and make it your own, but at least you have a starting point. Some people just don't know how to get started. So we give you all of the elements you need and when. That's why this is a resource for you. But this is also one of the biggest pieces of advice that I got from a very early mentor of mine, who was in the USC entrepreneurship program through the business school. When my husband was in business school, I went to law school at USC, so he agreed to take time to meet with me. And he told me I was hitting like a wall. I just wasn't surpassing $90,000 a year. Well, it was my first year, but I could not envision myself bringing in one more dollar at the expense of my sanity. I just couldn't. I was like, I can't get bigger than this. I just can't. And he said, less Jen equals more money. And you have to bring in a team. And I was like, but I'm not making enough money. And he said, that's how you scale, as you bring in your team. And so we have this in there for you, strategies to build your dream team so that you are not working on the day-to-day execution of services. You're leveraging your team's time, and that's where you become, quantum growth, incredible profitability in your business. And the 12th and final of this framework, but the third in the scale pillar, is find your flow. So it's time to get into this flow state, truly step into and really thrive in your role as the visionary founder of your agency, and elevate your role to that visionary. Focus on things that are like your zone of genius that you love doing. Get out of the drudgery zone. Don't do the things you hate. Find other people to support you in those roles. And this is where you scale and you achieve the success you're looking for. And the reason you'll see in my framework that it's a circle is because I envision it like a spiral staircase. So you go around and around. So as you get to this place with some clients and you have results that you can leverage and you're building out a team, now you go back to the start, because new level, new devil, right? Mindset will come back into play. You need to also reevaluate your services and what you need to charge, because now you have a team to support. Oh, and also you have amazing results you can leverage. So you're not just starting out, or you're not just new in the niche. You are becoming an authority, and that costs more. So you reassess your services and the retainer fees you're charging, and you start back over. And then you work on building your pipeline with clients at this new level. This is, I know it sounds so simple, but honestly, looking back on at the time, it was like 12 years of running my business. And like, how did I get my $1 billion clients? Oh yeah, they were referrals, but I had to be able to show we could support those kinds of clients. How was I able to show that? So I looked back on my path, and like Ricky said, helping to avoid these mistakes. I'm also putting this out there to save you time and help you make more money faster, because this is exactly how I was able to do it. And it kind of just works in whatever kind of digital agency you're running and whatever niches you want to support. This framework works to support that. So these 12 steps, like I said, they fall into the 4 pillars in my signature path to profitability framework. And what I've talked about is really just the tip of the iceberg of what we cover and the resources we provide to support our members of this agency accelerator. And like I said, I love this program so much. It's my favorite. This is my signature program. We've been constantly updating and tweaking and improving for years. And inside of this 12-week program, which lands very neatly into 1 week for each of the steps, you're going to learn everything you need to know with actionable, tried and true strategies so that you can launch, grow, and scale a profitable agency that, for me, this is the key important part, that will serve the type of life that you want to live. This is why I set up my business this way. I wanted to be a mom. Now I have my 2 kids. I have so many things that I want to do besides work. And I don't work nights and weekends. I usually don't work Fridays. I think I have something this Friday. I'm recording a podcast for someone else. So, but not client work. And, that's during a week we're onboarding 3 clients, basically 2.5 clients. So this is the framework that works for whatever your goal is for how you want your business to support your life. And these are tried and true strategies. What I love right now, I haven't really told a lot of people this, but this is the first time in years that the next round of this program is going to happen live. So this is going to serve as a really awesome bonus. We're going to be creating the content live, so in real time, and we have totally revamped the content, and you'll get to watch live, ask your questions. So keep your eyes peeled, because enrollment is opening very soon and you will be sure not to miss it if you just grab this. So what I keep linking out to is a PDF of that framework with more in-depth information. And it also has a recorded video of me going through all of this in a little more detail. So you can kind of get a little more sense of what we're talking about. And this is awesome. Darius says, thank you, Jen, for always reminding me to remind myself how brilliant I am at what I do. I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh. And she said, the Daria Fennel Media Group South African film client, African America, just got nominated for a 2022 NAACP Image Award. Holy crap. That's so exciting. When do you find out if they win? That's so awesome. I'm excited to hear that. We actually cover some stuff on award submissions, and we're working on some additional content around that, because we have found it is an additional service you can charge for. I'm always looking for ways you can leverage what you do and charge more money for them. But this is exciting for me to be recording this again live. And also all of the members of our programs that have ever enrolled in Agency Accelerator are invited to join us again live. They don't have to pay any extra money. February 26th. Awesome. So a month from yesterday, which is very exciting. We are not, I don't want to ever say, well, you already got the content, so if you want to join us again, you have to pay a maintenance fee or any of that. It's this is an investment in yourself, and when we make it better, you need to have access to that. So anybody that's enrolled, don't worry, you get to join us live. It's so fun. It's the best. I love it so much. And everything is completely revamped, and it's going to be awesome. There's just so much that we have built out and added to the program because of the needs and concerns and questions of our members. Yay! Okay, good, Christine. Nice to see you. So that's the simple, download what I linked here, but you'll see that framework. Serena, can't wait. So this is the 12 steps, and it sounds like, oh my God, 12 steps. So it's really 4 pillars: strategy, sales, service, scale. And then each pillar has 3 steps, or within the program, it'll be 3 weeks of content. And when you own this, you own it forever. And our members are referring back, they're pulling resources. So again, it is not a course to get you to the finish line. It is a resource that is there for you forever as you grow and scale your business. So it's awesome. I'm so proud of it. For me, the proof is in the pudding. Our members are having results and we're winning. Like, I don't know if you see, Miranda's going to tease me because it's like so prominently displayed here, but this Inc. Best in Business Award is for our Profitable PR Pros platform of content. And the way that we were able to win this award, which is like from what I understand, it's a global competition, and we were like silver in advertising and marketing. All I did, you guys, is I put all of the testimonials and all of the video testimonials, we just cut it together. I made like a 70-page PDF of just like quote, 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 quote from our members and the results that they've had implementing our strategies. And I just was like, here you go, don't take my word for it. And they were like, here you go, here's your award. So, for me, that's the proof is in the pudding. The members that take the time to implement it are having success. And that is like the best thing in the whole world for me. And Ricky said, I'm honestly so excited to join. I'm so excited to have you, Ricky. I'm excited to get to know you more. I know we like chit chat on Instagram too, but I have to say too, it just kind of occurred to me back in the day when I was leaving law and starting my PR firm, and really trying to establish my expertise in beauty and cosmetics, I had this imposter syndrome. And to me, it felt so real. Like, why would anyone hire a lawyer to do their PR? So one of the ways that I overcame that is I was hired by FIDM, which is the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising here in LA. It's like the fashion school. They were launching a beauty and cosmetics department, and they hired me to teach entrepreneurship, which I loved so much. I was like, this is rad. And I thought it would really bridge the gap and, show that I did have this expertise and I was able to, I was qualified to teach it. I had the hardest time of my whole life teaching in that program. And I think for me, it was like this very rude awakening that not everybody is driven. Not everybody is there for the right reasons. And also, I wasn't great at it. I just wasn't great at it yet. I couldn't motivate that community. They did not want to write a business plan for their fake beauty company. They were not interested in numbers. They're creatives. And I had a really hard time figuring out how to teach that community. And then I got it in my head that I'm not a good teacher. This literally just occurred to me. And I was like, oh my God, that was the hardest thing ever. And I had also just come from like USC law school, and all of my classmates were top of their class at like Princeton and Cornell. And I was like I went to Santa Barbara. And they were like, okay, beach girl, even though I have never had a tan in my whole life. I was like, UCSB was just the, like, how'd you get here kind of thing. So I was used to serious, focused students, and I was not seeing that at FIDM. And so I thought it was me. And I do take responsibility. Part of it was me. I mean, I'm talking like these women marched out of the classroom to go to the office and protest having to write a business plan. And I'm teaching the school's curriculum. Like I co-created it with another one of my friends in the beauty industry. And the school was like, yes, this meets our needs. So I just thought, I'm a bad teacher. I can't motivate. I can't inspire. I can't break things down in a way that's easy to comprehend. And you know what? I'm a great teacher. I am, because I feel like I tapped into something that is so personal to me, and I've lived it, and I know it works, and I'm so confident that everybody can have success. And I think in this exact moment right now, I just turned my entire thinking about myself as a teacher into a positive. I know that the way that we present this information is digestible and people can implement it. And I am a good teacher. Sorry, FITM. I taught there for 2 years. It was so hard. It was so hard to motivate these people. But the other difference is the members of our community are motivated. They're not building fake cosmetics brands. They're building real companies that are going to change their lives. And that's the difference. I think that people that come here are making an investment in themselves. The women at FITM, for the most part, were just there so they didn't have to go to college. From what I gathered, very few serious people I encountered. Maybe out of like my 50 students, there were like 2, and they stood out and they were amazing. But everyone that joins us is committed and exceptional, and they're building their dream, and they're here to put in the work. And so I am a good teacher. I changed my mind. It only took 17 years to get over that imposter syndrome about how I am as a teacher. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. And one more time, I'm going to drop in this link. So, and if you download that, you will get informed about when we open enrollment again for Agency Accelerator. It's coming very soon, and I cannot wait. Let me know if you have any questions at all about this framework I just shared, or about our programs, or anything at all. And I'll stay here for like a minute or two. And if you're watching this on the replay, thanks for sticking with us to the end. And there's lots more good stuff here. Oh, awesome. Allie's like, I cannot wait to be a part of this. Well, I can't wait to have you. It's a very motivated new cohort coming in, from what I can tell, because we haven't really opened it in a long time. So people have been waiting, and they're like ready, which is very exciting. And we wanted to do it early in the year so that everybody that comes through can have the tools and the strategies to build out their business intentionally this year. Okay. Anybody else have any questions for me? Of course, the dog is tired. This dog, man, she kept me up all night, all week, since Sunday night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, 4 nights. Up at 1 a.m., raring to go. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if she's teething. 5-month-old puppy. Anybody with a puppy or experience with this? Yeah, these dogs. Oh my God. She's just napping under my desk like no problem. And here I am, like 4 cups of coffee in, trying to get energy to present to you guys. But oh my God, my husband is like, I cannot live like this. He has a really hard time with no sleep. I mean, everybody does, but so I was up outside with her at 3 a.m. It's so funny to me because I'm really scared. If I'm by myself, the thought of going outside in the dark in the middle of the night in my house is so terrifying to me. But now that I have this dog, I'm like, okay, 1 a.m. just walking around my backyard in the pitch dark. Oh, cool. My husband just got his business cards and he loves them. And meanwhile, I said, I haven't given out a business card in 5 years, but he has the kind of business where he's networking and actually handing out cards or going to meetings in person. But anyway, out in the backyard, wandering around with the dog at 1 a.m., 3:30 a.m. I tried the tough love, the cry it out. She thrashed around her crate, ripped up her bed, was eating the stuffing, peed in there. This is the problem. She pees in her crate. And everybody says, when you crate train, the dogs don't pee in there. Well, she does. So what do I do? I don't know. Any ideas, please share. And Ricky says, she has jet lag. She is up at night and asleep during the day. Well, we run her around. I mean, half the time here, I'm like, Lola, wake up. I'm like kicking her, not kicking, but like nudging her so that she doesn't sleep. Oh, God. So Allie, tell me, you can send me a DM. You can send me a voice memo on, Facebook or Instagram. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Our trainer's like, maybe the crate training isn't the right approach for you. What is the right approach? Oh, it's so annoying. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It's so fun. I was so excited about this one. Like, this is my favorite. I'm really proud of this. We came up with this. I worked with, yes, send me a DM. Oh my gosh, thank you. I will look out for that. Thank you so much. I came up with this framework with Mel Abraham, one of the members of like a very awesome mastermind I was a part of, and he is known for frameworks, and he is like, you will impact more people, you will get them to understand and learn faster and see the big picture and how they can apply it to themselves, their lives, and their businesses easier if you have a framework that breaks down what they have to do. And when we figured this out, it was like click, everything clicked. And I was like, this is it. I mean, we had been teaching pieces, and I was like, it's kind of in order, I guess. This is the framework. You'll see it when you do the download. It's like everything fits into this. And it's awesome when you see it like that. You're like, I can do this. So I'm really proud of it. That's my point in saying that. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Grab that download. You'll find out when we're opening the next cohort of Agency Accelerator. It's going to be very soon. And Ricky, Allie, Serena, Christine, I can't wait to welcome you guys into the program. You'll love it. Anyway, let me know, and Elaine, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm around for you guys, and I will look out, Allie, for your tips around getting this dog to sleep at night, because she is amazing other than this, and this is a big piece of the puzzle that we have to solve. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it, and grab that download, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.